Jets select Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner is a New York Jet!
Swaggy Sauce Gardner.
I love Sauce. I love his tape. I love his press technique. I love his confidence. He has everything you want to see in the position. And I think Robert Saleh in this scheme is perfect. It's a hand-in-glove fit for him, man.
Garrett Wilson.
It's Garrett Wilson! The New York Jets have just got two big-time playmakers!
I believe that Garrett Wilson is going to be the most impactful rookie receiver in this class. And I think we see Zach Wilson play like he did the last 6 games of the year, times 10, and have a phenomenal second season.
Wow, you think? Yeah! Let's Jermaine Johnson!
Brees Hall, running back, Iowa State.
Brees Hall, oh my God, they got him! They went offense. They went with the best running back in the draft. Jeremy Rucker, oh my God! The Long Island native is a New York Jet! Jet-E-T-S, Jet! Let's go! Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are back live on Jets Media to give you guys my live play. Not my play-by-play reaction, sorry. Still a little foggy from Thanksgiving, I guess. We're giving you my flight preview to the Jets and the Bears game on Sunday. Mike White is back, and he will be the starting quarterback, as we are all aware. We do not know if Justin Fields will be playing just yet, so we're going to break down what to expect from Mike White, what to expect from Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears if he does play, if he doesn't play, the keys to victory, and overall, what should we expect from this Jets team without Zach Wilson? This is the third quarterback under center for the Jets this year. We had Joe Flacco for the first 3 games. We had Zach Wilson for the next 7 games. And now we have Mike White starting. Wearing the same jerseys as he did when he went to the Hall of Fame, but there'll be a different helmet on Sunday because the Jets are going to be all black. So I hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving with your family and friends. You ate great food. You were safe. You were very thankful and all that great stuff because I had a fun time, and I'm sure you guys all did as well. But we're turning the page, and it's time to get back to business because the Jets got to take care of business because Thanksgiving football was excellent. Unfortunately, the Lions cannot pull off the upset. Sorry for any Bills fans watching, but obviously I'm rooting against you guys, right? But luckily for us, the Minnesota Vikings help us out, and they beat those damn overrated Patriots. And now the New York Jets, they have a chance to be back into the playoffs with a win. And I know everyone's going to say, well, Richie, look at the standings. They're in the playoffs right now. I get that. But I'm not going to celebrate until the Jets win Sunday, and then I'll say the Jets are back in the playoffs. Because we're not going to be back in the playoffs. If we lose on Sunday, we're right back out of it. So the Jets got to take care of business. The Jets got to make sure that they handle this at home against a team that, frankly, is not good. I mean, the record says who they are. I know that they've been very good offensively this year under Justin Fields the past couple of weeks, but their defense is not good, and they lose games. So this is a great opportunity for this Jets team to turn the page and bounce back after that game against the Patriots. And we got Mike White entering the chat. Now, you guys know me. I love Mike White. I love the Mike White era last year for the New York Jets. Some people think I look like him. And hey, maybe I do. But the reason why I'm excited for this game with Mike White is he's a quarterback that got a lot of confidence in running the show in terms of operating this team properly. Hitting the easy throws, staying in the pocket, stepping into your throws, hitting the screens, hitting the quick passes. Now, the things that I'm concerned about Mike White is him avoiding pressure, him escaping the pocket, throwing on the run, throwing deep passes. Those are things that he's not as good at, right? Mike White's good at playing within the structure of the offense. So as long as he gets rid of the ball fast, then I think we'll be okay. So we'll see. We will see if this Jets team can take advantage of this game. Now, I want to get your guys' thoughts of this game on Sunday. Are you expecting the Jets to win? Are you frustrated that the Jets are making this decision by benching Zach Wilson. I really don't want to talk about the whole situation with benching Zach right now. I kind of want to focus on the game on Sunday because that's what this stream is about. We're going to be honing in on the Chicago Bears. We're going to be breaking it all down and give you guys my overall honest take on if the Jets are going to come away with a victory or not, right? So if you guys are just tuning into the show, please do me a gigantic favor. Hit that like button, guys. We are just starting off the stream. We got 45 of you guys watching live with only 17 likes. So do your boy a gigantic favor. Smash that like button. Let's get everybody active in the chat. Let's see what's going on in the chat. What's up, Richie and Jets family? We need this win. Yes, we do. Wilson cannot beat the Patsies, and that's a no-no. No, he cannot. Starting Mike White in fantasy this week. All right, that's some confidence. What's up, Jets family? What up, man? Miles says, yo. Richie, what up, my boy? What up, Jets 830? What's good, Squirmy Weasel? Is Fields out? We do not know if Justin Fields is out just yet. He has an injury to his non-throwing shoulder, so he can play through it. But that's one of those injuries where it's going to be hard for him to scramble and take hits because it doesn't hurt his throwing, but it does hurt his mobility, and that's what Justin Fields has been so good at recently is running the ball. Justin Fields has been breaking out, but not really passing the ball. His numbers are pretty good passing the ball in the past couple of weeks in terms of his touchdown to interception ratio and his quarterback rating. But overall, it's been his dominance on the ground that's been so good for the Chicago Bears offense, right? They will win. The Bears defense is terrible. If they keep Fields in the pocket, the Jets will win big. I'm down. Mike White throws 210, 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. Jets win 31-16. I'll take that. We all seen White. Streveler will eventually take over. I don't think Streveler's touching the field, but I know there's a portion of Jets fans that are still obsessed with Chris Streveler. I don't know. Can't get on board with that. But hey, you never know. What if he does? If we lose, then no playoffs. Yeah, this is a big week. Huge week. Go Jets. Our defense is going to get a second Thanksgiving meal. We have never been a 6-point favorite. True. Listen, if the Jets want to make the playoffs, you got to win this game. We have 3 games at home that are all against teams that the Jets will be favored to beat, and they got to win all of them. They got to win out at home for the rest of the season. That's not a lot to ask. You got to beat the Bears, beat the Lions, who, by the way, are not just a team that the Jets are going to do the walkthrough. We all see what the Lions are capable of. They beat the Giants. They almost beat the Bills yesterday. They're a very young, pesky team. They got to beat them, and then they got to beat the Jaguars. And then our 4 remaining away games, we got the Minnesota Vikings. We got the Buffalo Bills, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Miami Dolphins. So the Jets' schedule is not that easy, which is why this is a game that they have to win if they want to make the playoffs, right? You got to get a game ahead of the Patriots now when they can. The Patriots versus the Bills next week. So this is a great opportunity for the Jets to win this game and then say the Patriots lose against the Bills next week and the Jets beat the Vikings and we're 8-4. So, but let's focus on the Bears. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I really don't. Because the Jets are positioned themselves to get back into the playoffs with a win. We control our own destiny, baby. So let's get into Mike White. Fresh is in the chat. Mike White will throw 3 touchdowns. Hey, don't forget, Mike White is in the Hall of Fame. Only quarterback of all time since 1950 to put up 400-plus yards and 3 touchdowns in his NFL freaking debut. I mean, are you joking me? Mike White, baby, and I was at that game. So before we dive deeper into Mike White, because I really want to break down him as a quarterback, let's get into Prize Picks, the sponsor of Jets Media for these flight previews. If you guys want to use my promo code Jets Media, that is pinned in the chat down below in the description as well. And you guys can download it today and use my code Jets Media to get 100% deposit matched up to $100. Now, they don't really have a lot of Jets props right now. They only have the Jets sack total, and I'm definitely going to bet the over on that. I guess they're a little nervous to put up the Jets totals since Mike White is going to be, the quarterback. They don't know. They don't have the projected totals, but I'm sure they're going to add Mike White and the Jets later on, so we can only really add 1 Jets defense. So, hey, Sam Darnold's playing. Sam Darnold is playing for the Panthers. Should we bet the under on him? I don't know. But as you guys know, PrizePicks is a great daily fantasy app, and they just added a new element to it where you can add 6 legs and win 25 times your odds. So I'm not going to make a bet right now because I'm going to save that for Sunday, simply because we haven't really they don't really have a lot of Jets bets on here. So we're going to wait until Sunday to make a bet for the Jets, but I'm definitely going to take the over on the sacks. And another player that I think his stock is rising and who's going to have a great game on Sunday, guys, is Michael Carter. If you guys remember, Michael Carter was getting all the targets under Mike White. Mike White is a check down quarterback. He loves the running backs, and same with Joe Flacco. And I feel like Michael Carter bet the over on his receiving totals, bet the over on his receptions. He's going to be heavily involved in the receiving game. And the 3 games that Mike White played, Michael Carter was the most targeted player out of all of them. So on Sunday, I'm definitely going to bet on him. But you guys can see if you break it down, say we're going to do all these players and say Jacoby Brissett under, Tom Brady over, Tannehill less, Heineke against Atlanta, he's getting it more. Tua, they're not going to really have to, no, he'll get this over. And then if you get all 6 of these right, 30 times your odds. Oh, wow, they even upped it even more. So $20 wins you $600. That's unreal. I'm not actually going to put this bet in. It's just giving you guys an example of what Prize Picks has to offer. So say you bet 6 player props and you get all 6 of them correct. You win 30 times your money. $20 wins you $600. Even $10 wins you $300. So that's an awesome deal. And say all 5 hit, but one of them does not, you still double your money. Or say 4 out of the 6 hits, you still win some money back. And that's my personal favorite part of Prize Picks. So as you guys know, Prize Picks is a proud sponsor of Jets Media for the flight preview segment and the play-by-play reactions on Sundays. So if you guys can do me a gigantic favor, click the link down below in the description, download Prize Picks, use promo code Jets Media, and let's have some fun and make some money, man, because I've been making some good money on here throughout the whole season, and I'm sure you guys will as well, because Prize Picks has a great deal going on, and I'm excited to make some money Sunday. And I'm sure you guys are as well. So let's get into Mike White. What type of quarterback are we getting, guys? What type of quarterback are we getting? What type of quarterback are we getting from Mike White? So here's my prediction. I think Mike White is going to get Elijah Moore the ball a little more than we're used to. I also think he's going to target a lot of the running backs, like we said earlier. I think it's going to be one of those games where Mike White's just going to get drop back, step into his throws, hit the screens. You know, he's not going to blow it up, right? The Bears defense, they're bad against the run, they're okay against the pass. And they're overall just not a great defense, right? Fresh says, I'm in Ohio, Richie. Please place one for me. I'll send you the money. Oh, man, Fresh. My apologies, man. Wish I could do that for you. I got you. Bernie says, Richie, you have to put Master in his work in his place on the AFC's roundtable. He talks entirely too much trash. The Pats are in last place where they belong. If the Jets win Sunday, I will. But if the Jets lose Sunday, I can't really speak because the Jets will be back in last. And I got all the confidence in the world for the Jets to win this game. So when you break this game down and look at Mike White as a quarterback, my favorite aspect of Mike White is that Zach Wilson doesn't have is he can hit those complementary fundamental throws. When we broke down Zach Wilson's film, the thing that was really, hurting Zach Wilson and why he was not looking good at all is his lower half was just not connected. His footwork was trash. I mean, when you're a quarterback, you got to be able to step back into your throws. And Mike White is like a prototypical passer, pocket passer. Like, I don't want to call him Tom Brady because we can't compare anybody to Tom Brady, right? But he kind of has a similar play style where he's not going to scramble around. He's not going to dance around the pocket. But he's going to be a quarterback that has good footwork and that can step into his throws and knows where the ball needs to go and dissect the defense. And that's the thing I took away from the most in Mike White's limited action last year. Now, Mike White had a great game against the Bengals. He had a great first quarter against the Colts until he got injured. And then against the Bills, he looked trash. I mean, 4 interceptions. And that Buffalo Bills team was just destroyed him, basically. And the Mike White era really quickly ended. So the big question is, how is Mike White going to be able to spread the ball around? Is he going to be able to stretch the field? because I feel like Mike White is a limited quarterback in terms of deep throwing accuracy. We haven't really seen that part of his game. Can he get enough time in the pocket where he can step into his throw and fire it down the field? I would love to see that. And some injury news as well. Great news. Corey Davis will be returning. Nate Herbig will be returning. And that's two big-time upgrades on that offense. We've been missing Corey Davis for a while. He's the leader of that team, of that group. And Nate Herbig, he was missed dearly last week. Dan Feeney was trash. We need Nate Herbig out there. I'm not sure when Max Mitchell is returning, but it doesn't seem like he will be returning unless he gets activated today. So the great news is we're getting reinforcements back on offense. The defense is healthy. Sauce Gardner is dealing with a little calf injury. He's been limited at practice, but he will be playing on Sunday. And this is one of those games where it's a big test for the defense because the defense has been, game planning for Josh Allen, who's a mobile quarterback. They game plan against Lamar Jackson in week number 1. So it's not like they haven't been game planning for mobile quarterbacks before, but Justin Fields is another animal. He's been dominating on the ground. And if he plays, the Jets have to make sure they keep him in the pocket. And to the Jets' benefit, by the way, Justin Fields is taking advantage with his legs against defenses that blitz a lot. Because when you blitz, that means a lot of defenders are back in the pocket. And when he escapes the pocket, that means there's less defenders in the secondary to tackle him, which is why Justin Fields has been doing so well. Well, luckily for the Jets, we don't blitz. I mean, we're getting sacks without blitzing. So we're sending 4, and there's 7 people back there to be able to tackle Justin Fields, which is why I'm confident to not allow Justin Fields to run all over us. I mean, he is going to pick up some first downs and frustrate us. He might get a rushing touchdown. He might have like 70 yards on the ground. But the big key for the Jets is limit the explosive plays. Do not allow Justin Fields to take it 80 yards to the house or some nonsense like that. They got to be able to hit him and understand that the only way Justin Fields beats us this game is with his arm. Fields is officially out, guys. Is that true? I know he's questionable. Did that just break? I see the chat. Are you assuming he's out, guys, or is he 100% out? Who reported it? Let me check. Sorry, I just want to make sure because that's a big deal. Who reported this? I don't see it anywhere. All right. Well, I don't see a report saying that Justin Fields is out, but I know there's a chance that he's out. He has an injury to his opposite shoulder, throwing shoulder. So, say he is playing, you got to contain him. If he's not playing, it's going to be Mike White versus Trevor Siemian. And that's really what it comes down to. But what Jets fans want to know is how is Mike White going to perform? Is this offensive line going to be able to protect him? Is the running attack going to be able to, run the ball? Because this running attack was trash against the Patriots. Michael Carter did nothing. James Robinson did nothing. Offensive line did nothing, right? So this offense is all about the run. With or without Zach Wilson, we need to establish a run game. So this is a game where you're going up against a defense that struggles against the run. And with Nate Herbig returning, that is a big boost. So Michael Carter, let's see you get loose. James Robinson, let's see you get loose. Because we need to be able to establish a run game. I don't know if I have confidence in Mike White enough to carry this team to victory on his shoulders. Right? We need that. Do you think Zach will come back? Now, that's an interesting question. Robert Saleh said that this is not the nail in his coffin. They're fully expecting him to return this year. But you also have to realize if Mike White goes against the Bears and he puts up a masterpiece, 250 plus yards, 200 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, and he looks great. And then he goes against the Vikings and he beats the Vikings. I mean, the Jets are not going to just go back to Zach Wilson if Mike White's playing this well. So I think a lot of it has to do with Mike White's performance. If Mike White's lighting it up, I don't know if Zach Wilson plays. If Mike White's struggling and this Jets offense is struggling with Mike White, then yeah, they're going to go back to Zach for sure. So that's really my 2 cents on that. But Robert Saleh said that they're not ruling out Zach Wilson in his career with the Jets. If I had to guess, they're going to go into this offseason bringing a veteran for a competition, unless Mike White is the quarterback. Can we just imagine this real quick? Hypothetical scenario that Mike White is the quarterback for the rest of the season and balls out. The Jets go to the playoffs and he's looked so good to the point where the Jets go into next year with Mike White as their starter. Now, obviously, a lot has to happen for that to be a reality. Mike White has to actually play good football, and he's shown that he's inconsistent in his limited time last year. So, I don't know. We'll see. This is his chance. This is Mike White's chance. And I love Mike White, by the way. One thing about Mike White that I really love outside of his play on the field is it feels like he's a great person in the locker room. Like, he's a person that the interviews are great. He is very well spoken. You can tell that the team loves him. Like, the team is behind Mike White. He's a quarterback that can really galvanize people. And I think that, hey, is Mike White or Nick Foles? You never know, Snowball. You never know. Nick Foles won a damn Super Bowl. Now, it's a little different because Carson Wentz was good that year and he got injured, whereas Zach Wilson stunk and we just benched him. But I see nothing wrong with that because Mike White has a chance here. And I feel like if he can get the ball into Elijah Moore's hands, if he can get the ball to Garrett Wilson's hands, and that's the thing I really hope that this offense adjusts to. We need this offense to put the ball in the wide receiver's hands a little more. Put the ball up and allow them to go make some plays. And that's what Garrett Wilson's point was. Garrett Wilson needs the ball like Justin Jefferson gets the ball. Like, go routes, throw the ball up, allow the wide receivers to make some plays. We got talent at the receiver position. We got Corey Davis coming back. Elijah Moore can make some plays. It's up to the scheme to not rely so much on just getting guys open. Like, if a guy's not open, throw up a 50-50 ball to Garrett Wilson. And I got some confidence in that man making a play, right? You don't want to rely on that. But I feel like the Jets don't give the wide receivers enough opportunities to go out there and make some plays. And I also have a lot of confidence in Mike White where if there's someone open, he's going to see him and get them the ball. But we also have to put in consideration that Chino is correct. Mike White didn't look too good in the preseason. He looked good in the last game, the third and final game. The first 2 games, he was struggling a little bit. So I'm hoping that Mike White learned from his experience last year, second year in the system, and understanding his teammates, comfortable in the huddle, and can galvanize his guys to go win the game. Because if the Jets need him in the fourth quarter to come from behind somehow and win the game, it's a big, big opportunity for him. Now, the best case scenario for us as Jets fans is the defense balls out to the point where the Chicago Bears offense does nothing, and our offense needs to put up not a lot of points to win. Obviously, we want to see a blowout, and I would love for this game to be one of those cruise fests. Like, it's the fourth quarter, we're up by 3 possessions, and we're cruising through it, and it's not a stressful game. Because that game against the Patriots, guys, was one of the most stressful Jets games I've ever watched in my life. It really was. It was painful. It was awful, actually. Just, oh, God. I mean, how good our defense played, it still was the most stressful game. And I would love the Jets to give us as fans a stress-free game. And I'm not saying there's not going to be stress involved. Obviously, there's going to be some plays that don't go our way. But, can we go into the third and fourth quarter with a lead and just, take a deep breath and just have confidence that we're going to win and our offense can look competent? Because this is a big chance for not only Mike White, but Mike LaFleur to get back on track because he's not proving to have confidence from the fans. And, Mike LaFleur has had an up and down season, more downs than up. And, you can point fingers at Zach Wilson, but Mike LaFleur deserves some blame as well. He's not really helping his young quarterback out. And a lot of that has to do with Zach Wilson, but I really feel like Mike LaFleur has got to do a better job. So this is a great opportunity for Mike LaFleur. And the one thing I noticed about LaFleur is whenever Zach Wilson heads to the bench, whether it was because of injury or being benched, right? First 3 games with Joe Flacco, we lost, but the offense was putting up numbers. And you can say it's for garbage time. Joe Flacco was averaging 300-plus passing yards. But even last year, Mike White, first game, 400-plus yards passing. The second game against the Colts, Mike White, touchdown to Elijah Moore. He gets hurt. Josh Johnson comes in, and Josh Johnson was putting up great numbers offensively. We lost that Colts game because of the defense, not because of the offense. And then against the Bills, it all fell apart. So the one thing that I'm noticing here is that Mike LaFleur, for whatever reason, likes backup quarterbacks a little bit. Richie, quit making excuses for Zach. When did I make an excuse for Zach? I've been hard on him all week long, Daniel. Not sure what you're referring to. Anybody that's been watching my channel knows that I've been very hard on him and criticizing him, not making excuses for him. I speak off of film and off of facts, man. I don't know what you're referring to. Mike is a first-time offensive coordinator. Give him a break. Give them all a break. They're putting it together. Give it time. Now, listen, I'm someone that is a very patient fan, and this is year 2 for LaFleur, year 2 for Zach Wilson, and the reality is they're not consistent yet. And you're right. It does take time, and they're putting it all together. And this is a good opportunity for Zach to sit back and watch this offense execute, hopefully. And I feel like Mike LaFleur, this is his opportunity because he needs to improve just as much as the offense around him. And I feel like Zach Wilson is a really big test for Zach Wilson's character and mentally. Like, how is Zach Wilson going to handle this? And is he going to sit back and go to work and understand that this is a humbling experience and he can learn from it? Or is he going to sit back and pout and say, oh, I lost my job. No, I'm never going to get back. So that's going to be very interesting, right? That's going to be interesting. I also think Ty Johnson is a lot better we give him credit for. Even Mike White says it. All right, this is interesting, fresh. Ty Johnson is getting a lot of playing time. And Ty Johnson was a big piece to that Mike White game, fresh, as I'm sure you know. Against the Bengals, Ty Johnson had a touchdown, and Ty Johnson was a big piece. It was him and Michael Carter in that game. So, hey, I'm not the biggest fan of Ty Johnson just because I like Carter and Robinson over him. But if Ty Johnson's on the field, I'm rooting for him, man. Let's see it. Hopefully he balls out. If they give him the ball, give him targets, I'm all for it. Elmo's World, what's up? Richie, you going to the game? I have an extra ticket. I will not be going to the game, Snowball. Thank you so much, though. I appreciate that, my man. I'm going to be streaming it. I'm going to be streaming the game from home. So let's talk about some X factors in this game. Which players on offense do you guys think needs to step up the most around Mike White for him to play well? I think Michael Carter, his stock is rising. I mean, Michael Carter is Mike White's favorite target. If you look at the target share, Mike White targeted Michael Carter above anybody else. He loves his running backs. So I think Michael Carter is a big X factor in this game because if he can really break out and carry this offense a little bit, because I think he's got the talent, man. Michael Carter's got it. He just hasn't really, found his rhythm just yet. He looked good against the Bills, right? He looked really good against the Bills. But last week, he looked trash. Not going to lie. The offensive line was bad, but the running backs didn't do anything against the Patriots. I watched the film. There were some times where Carter got the ball, Robinson got the ball, Johnson got the ball, and they didn't take advantage of it. They look a little slow. So I'm hoping this is a breakout game. Bro, you look like Mike White. Yep, I've gotten that a lot. I am Mike White. Mike White is me. Corey Davis and Michael Carter are X factors. Yeah. I think Corey Davis is a good one in his return. You can say Dwayne Brown is an X factor because we need Mike White's blind side protected. The one thing about Mike White is Zach Wilson, as bad as he's been playing, he's been good at escaping the pocket and avoiding pressure. I'm not saying he does anything good with the pressure because he doesn't do anything with the pressure, but he's good at avoiding the pressure and doesn't really get sacked a lot because he's good at escaping. But Mike White doesn't have that. So Mike White has to have that pocket awareness where he feels the pressure coming and then maneuvering around the pocket with good footwork, getting rid of the ball fast. I also like to see Mike White scramble a little bit. I know he's not athletic enough to do that, but he can pick up some yards and slide. But I feel like Dwayne Brown, and you can say the entire offensive line is an X factor in the pass game and the run game. And the tight ends, I feel like the tight ends can get involved. And I feel like we need this offensive line to get together. And I feel like Nate Herbig returning is going to be huge because it was a mess, absolute mess. Dan Feeney is no offensive lineman. And I don't know when LDT is going to be active and be playing with this Jets team. And I also don't know when Max Mitchell is going to be returning. I also don't know what George Fant's going to be returning. But there is help on the way. And I'm hoping that this offensive line can get back in shape. And I also want to know, is Elijah Moore going to be involved now? Because we saw him a little more involved against the Patriots. Now that Mike White's the quarterback, is he going to get the ball? We will find out. Now, flipping it over to the defense. Now, the biggest X factor for me in this one, it's the captain. It's CJ Mosley. If Justin Fields is playing, and I'm just expecting him to play, or not expecting, I'm just in my mind, expecting game plan-wise against Fields, it's CJ Mosley to be able to contain Fields. It's the linebacker unit. But if Trevor Siemian's playing, the goal is pass rush. I mean, do not allow Siemian to do anything, right? Attack that man. The Bears have one of the worst offensive lines in football. Justin Fields is one of them. I think he got sacked the most out of any quarterback this season. So picture Justin Fields getting sacked a lot with his mobility. If Trevor Siemian's back there, this defensive pass rush should be able to get at least 5 sacks. You feel me? This defense got to eat. This defense has to eat in this game. And I'm looking at the secondary to lock down the passing attack. And it really is going to be about, can we contain the running attack? Because Montgomery is a very good running back. Fields is, as we know, one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the league. So if the Jets are able to stop the run, I got confidence. Richie, what do you think about Jermaine Johnson so far? I love what I'm seeing from Jermaine, man. He's been a monster in the run. Absolute monster in the run game. He hasn't had a lot of playing time because of the injury he had and the rotation that the Jets defensive line run. But, that play against the Patriots, he had a phenomenal rep against the run, dominated, had a tackle for loss. And there was a play where Michael Clemens got a sack, and both Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens screamed off the edge. They both beat the tackles, and Michael Clemens got the sack. Now, Jermaine Johnson isn't dominating like as a rookie, like Sauce is or how Breece Hall was. But Jermaine Johnson's having a very underrated season, and he's a big piece of this defense, man. You cannot forget about what he did against the Bills. That sack that he had on Josh Allen, that tells you everything you need to know about Jermaine Johnson, bro. Like, there's not a lot of defensive ends that can contain Josh Allen the way he did. When Josh Allen escapes the pocket and you're an edge rusher and you can trip him up and sack him without him getting free, I do not think people realize how important that is and how hard of a play that is and how Jermaine has that much speed to be able to do that. So I think Jermaine Johnson has been excellent against the run this year. He's been okay again in pass rush situations, but I think he's going to be good. And the biggest underrated piece of this defense, the secret weapon for this team, is Bryce Huff. Bryce freaking Huff. What do you think if Mike White start playing like Zach Wilson? Well, I don't know if that's going to happen simply because, I don't know, say it does happen. Say Mike White stinks. Then yeah, we have an issue, right? If Zach Wilson stinks it up and then Mike White stinks it up, then it's like, okay, is this a quarterback issue? Is it a system issue? Is it Mike LaFleur? Is it I don't know, right? There's going to be a lot of questions. Why do you steady talk about y'all win against the Bills? Well, someone asked me about Jermaine Johnson's season so far, so I thought of a big play he made in that Bills game. That's why. Only reason why I'm bringing it up. Is my live chat working? Haven't having issues. Yeah, Indiana Jets, I see you. What's up, man? What if White is the next Tom Brady? Well, then we're going to win 6 Super Bowls. That's what's going to happen. It's a quarterback issue that the Jets have had for decades. Yes. Jets fans, can we just take a step back and realize what the reality is for this franchise? We've had a quarterback issue forever, but this is a different issue because we are good around the quarterback for the first time in a long time. So it's not like we have an issue around the quarterback and the quarterback can't thrive. It's like the quarterback situation is murky, but the team around him is ready to go. Ready to win. Ready to go. The odds of that happening is bizarre. This offensive scheme is catered to quarterbacks. No way he's going to do bad. I agree, Fresh. I got confidence in Mike White. I hope it does go down that way. I want a loss. I want a loss against the Bears. I hope this guy's not a Jets fan. Real question. How does defense let the Browns hang 30 on us? The defense had a little issues to fix in the beginning of the year. And you got to think of all the new faces that this Jets defense have added in the offseason. It takes a little bit to figure things out. And the good news is it took them 3 games to figure it out. And after the Bengals game, the defense has been elite. So, if they have to get 30 points hung up on them for them to figure themselves out and figure out the miscommunications, then I'm okay with it. You got to go through some negative times to, learn and battle adversity. Thank you for live streaming the games. I might actually get to watch this week, but I'll have the stream up. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'll definitely be streaming to that game. Will the Jets defense be deflated after last week's results? No, I think this is not at all. I think this defense will be able to even have more energy. I think this Jets defense, now with Mike White back there, they got a sense of urgency, man. They know how important this game is. It's not a divisional game. It's not even in the conference, but they know that if they want to make the playoffs, they got to win the games they're supposed to win. If we're a playoff team, we win this game. If we're not a playoff team, we'll lose. It's that simple. Jets have been developing Mike White. He'll be better than last year. I sure hope so. Richie, do you think there should be any other changes in the offense aside from quarterback? Well, Corey Davis is returning. We also found out that Denzel Mims is not going to be inactive. He's going to be active for the game because he's earned it, which is cool. I love that. They're moving Elijah Moore to the slot a little bit. And I don't think it's more of a personnel thing. I think it's more of a scheme thing that needs to get fixed. I think the Jets need to start throwing the ball more up for their wide receivers and allow them to make plays. And that's what Garrett Wilson's point was. And I couldn't agree more with him, man. Garrett Wilson was a 10th overall pick. We know how much of a baller he is. Throw that man the ball a little more. Like, even if he's covered a little bit, throw it so he can go up and make a play. But when it comes to personnel, not really. Maybe whenever Max Mitchell is healthy, put him in at right tackle. Whenever Cedric Ogbuye, not really, he's doing as good of a job as he can, I guess, for his opportunity. But looking at this offense, there's not a lot of other players that I'm looking at that needs to be benched. So this is going to be a very interesting game for the Jets on a lot of reasons. The eyes will be on us. Mike White is starting. The Jets coaching staff is making a big decision. And it's up to Mike White to take advantage of his opportunity. It's up to the players around him to take advantage of the opportunity. And frankly, guys, we're favorites in this game by how much? 6 points? When's the last time that a New York Jets team was heavy favorites? Heading into a game where we go to our backup quarterbacks, by the way. Pretty sure the line moved more in our favor when Mike White was announced the starter. That tells you a lot. So let's look at it real quick. On DraftKings, I'm looking. The Jets are 6-point favorites. Wow. 6-point favorites. They got to win this game, bro. They got to win this freaking game. So Jerry is a Jets fan rooting against the Jets. I don't like Mike White. I think he created this quarterback controversy in the locker room. That's false. Sorry, Jerry, but this is false. Mike White and Zach Wilson are very, very good friends. And Mike White said that they are friends before teammates. And he has his back. Mike White did not create this controversy in the locker room. I do not know where you got this idea from. And did I see the post by the Bears CB? Are you referring to Lamar Jackson? If you're referring to Lamar Jackson, the cornerback, he was here last year, and it was his thoughts of the whole thing. So I'm sorry, Jerry, but if you're a Jets fan and you're rooting against the Jets, I don't know. I can't get behind that. I really can't. I'm happy the Patriots lost last night. Oh, yeah, I am. That was an amazing game. Too bad the Lions couldn't have pulled off the upset. So close. So close. The Lions almost did it for us. Regardless of what White does, the Zach experiment is over. Now that's a bold take. We'll see about that. Listen. It might be true that the Zach Wilson experiment might be over, but I will say this. Jets fans need to realize the best case scenario for the Jets is Zach Wilson coming back from this and playing better and becoming the franchise quarterback. Not saying that's going to happen, but Jets fans should still be rooting for that because this team needs Zach Wilson to be the franchise quarterback if they want to be like anything for financial reasons and for building around him reasons. When you have a quarterback on a rookie contract the way we have Zach Wilson, he needs to be the guy. Otherwise, we're going to have to pay a veteran like Jimmy G or Derek Carr or whoever the case may be in the offseason, and all that money is going to go to the quarterback, and it's not going to be able to, pay our other players. Have the Jets played well against running quarterbacks? Yes, we have. We lost week 1 against the Ravens, but they contained Lamar Jackson. He did not run on us at all. Josh Allen, he actually ran on us, but he couldn't pass on us. Josh Allen in that game, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. He had a big rushing touchdown, but we contained Josh Allen. I mean, he looked bad in terms of throwing the ball in that game. So I feel like we're not elite against running quarterbacks, but we look good against Josh Allen. So we'll see if they can contain, man. Hey, man, this is going to be a game where Jets fans are going to be looking at it very closely because this is one of those games that needs to, we need to win. It's that simple. Just win the game. Now, who's going to carry this team? Can the special teams ball out? Can Braxton Berrios return one? Z-Dub just needs to sit the first year or so to begin with, to me. No way he'd jump Justin Fields, you mean? Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of different ways. Yeah, Justin Fields, you meant. There's a lot of different ways of developing quarterbacks. You can sit them down for a year like Trey Lance was, like Mahomes was like that. Or you throw them out into the fire and let them learn on the fly. And the Jets decided to start Zach Wilson from week 1, and maybe it wasn't the right decision. 135 watching, but only 41 likes. Guys, do me a favor, everybody. Smash that like button. If you're enjoying the show, everybody, smash that like button. I greatly, greatly appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat right now. And it would mean a lot to me if you can just hit the like button. Simply. Run it up. Run it up, run it up, run it up. What is wrong with Elijah Moore? He had a decent rookie year. I think I don't know what the issue is. It's more of like Elijah Moore not getting the ball. I don't know. Sunday will answer the question if it's a quarterback issue, because if Mike White targets Elijah Moore and Elijah Moore all of a sudden has like a game where he has 5 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown, we're going to be like, yep, it was Zach Wilson. 40 likes, one from a Pats fan. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Smash that like button. Appreciate you, Fresh. And you know what's so unfortunate about us as Jets fans, and me too? We're sitting back watching Thanksgiving football, and I know every single Jets fan had the same exact thing go running through their brain watching those games. Wow. All this Jets team needs is a Jared Goff. Right? We're watching Jared Goff just like being so efficient. We're like, wow, this Jets team needs someone like this. And then we watch all these quarterbacks. It's like, this Jets team is so good around the quarterback. We don't need a superstar. We just need a competent quarterback. And that's where I'm hoping Mike White will be. That's why I'm hoping Mike White will be confident, precise, and be like a Jared Goff style quarterback. Because that's all we need, man. This defense is so good and so hungry that all we need is a quarterback that can just make the easy throws and don't turn the freaking ball over. It's so frustrating. Because when is the last time that the Jets have been a quarterback away from being like not even a competitive team, but a playoff threat? We've never been in the playoffs hunt since 2015, right? With Ryan Fitzpatrick. And we won 10 games that year and missed the playoffs. But since then, we've been in quarterback purgatory, and the team has been trash around the quarterback. And now we have a defense that's playing top 5 caliber, top 3 caliber, borderline. We have a special teams that's playing pretty good outside of their blunder, that punt coverage, obviously. And we have an offense that has a pretty good running attack. It just needs to score like 20 points a game and we win. This Jets defense has not given up more than 17 points in a long time. So when we're looking about all these veteran quarterbacks, and I really hope that the reality is we might have to do this, but this offseason might be about who's the quarterback we're bringing in. Because as of right now, we're sitting here heading into what is this, week 13? Week 12 with our quarterback being benched. So now Jets fans we're so forward thinking like, oh, well, if Zach Wilson's not the guy and if Mike White's not the future, who's going to be our quarterback next year? Like, I hate that we were even having this conversation, but it's a reality. It's a reality that Zach Wilson has been stinking it up, and I've given Zach Wilson the benefit of the doubt in terms of allowing him opportunities to, handle the adversity, but he simply hasn't. And when you're a quarterback that turns on your team and doesn't hold yourself accountable, you're done, bro. You are done in the locker room. Done, and done. So that's really my thoughts about this game. I feel like the Jets are going to win like 24-14 or something like that. And I think the defense has to create turnovers. And I want to see Mike White get some passing touchdowns, bro. Let's see 2 touchdowns through the air. 1 to Garrett Wilson, 1 to like Elijah Moore or something. Let's see a rushing touchdown from James Robinson or Carter. Let's see, or a defensive touchdown. Let's see a freaking win, honestly. I don't care how we win the game, but this Jets team got to go out there and get the dub. And if we get the dub, we are in the playoffs. And I know you're going to say, Richie, we are in the playoffs. Look at the standings. I don't care we're in the playoffs right now. I will care when we win Sunday. Everyone's like commenting on my stuff on Twitter. Well, Richie, look at the standings. We are in the playoffs. We are in the playoffs until we lose, and then we're not in the playoffs. So stop celebrating the playoff spot until we win Sunday. Okay? And I believe we will. Lucas has Mike White 400-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. Can you imagine if Mike White goes out there and does the same thing against the Bengals? Can you imagine that? That's going to unlock this team. Come on, Mike White. I believe in you, buddy. We are twins. I believe in you. Go, Mike White. Mike White. Mike White. Mike White. Mike White. Mike White. Let's see it, baby. Come on. Oh, God. So, there's a lot of things to look forward to in this game. And the reality is the Jets win. We go to 7-4. And then we have a big game against the Minnesota Vikings on the road. And then we have an even bigger game against the Buffalo Bills to try to sweep them, which won't be easy. And then we're back home for 2 home games that are winnable against the Lions and the Jaguars. And then we're back on the road to finish off the season in Seattle, hostile environment, in Miami, who are red hot. So, woo! New York Jets, Robert Saleh, Mike White, what's it going to be? This is a game you have to win. If you want to make the playoffs, you win this game. If you want to miss the playoffs, you lose. And I'm predicting a New York Jets victory on Sunday. All right. Richie, are you the one that put out the all 20 everyone is talking about? What are you referring to, my man? What are they talking about? The all 22? I put out a live stream on it. If we lose, our season is over. I wouldn't say it's over, but the Jets must win this game if they want to make the playoffs. Because if you lose this game, that means if you can't beat the Bears, you got confidence in beating the Vikings. You got confidence in beating the Seahawks, right? We're at the situation where this is a must-win. This is a must-win game if you want to make the playoffs. Unless you follow the coin and you're like, oh, the Jets can lose this game and then win 5 straight. Now, okay, you never know. But I don't know, man. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. Where do you find the original All 22? On NFL Plus. You have to subscribe to NFL Plus, which is like $10 a month, and then you get the All 22. Every time the Pats lose, an angel gets its wings. V-Man, appreciate you, my friend. Absolutely, screw them. Going 9-8, missing playoffs. Might as well go 7-10. Well, I'd rather go with 9-8 than 7-10 if we miss the playoffs in both aspects for sure. I want to be a winning team. Give me a winning season, bro. I want to make the playoffs, and a playoff berth would be great. And if we don't make the playoffs, disappointment. But let's see. Let's see how this team responds to that heartbreak last week. So, guys, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time, do me a gigantic favor. Smash that like button, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving yesterday with your family and your friends. Hope you guys ate great food. I'm still in a food coma. I'm kind of craving some leftovers, to be honest. And let's go, Jets. We'll be live on Sunday for the game. And I will catch you guys then for sure. So I'm going to wrap up the show here, guys. And let's go, Jets. I think that Mike White's going to lead us to victory. I got confidence, bro. Mike White. It's Mike F. and White we're talking about. Come on. We can win this game with Mike White. This defense will shut down the Bears, and the offense will go crazy, and the Jets will win the game. That's my prediction. Let's go, Jets. I will see you guys on Sunday. Hit that like button on your way out. Peace and love to every single one of you guys in the chat. Have a fantastic Friday night. Let's go, Jets. I'll catch you guys Sunday. Peace out.